Time for rock news on 101.1 WJRR, Orlando's rock station. Let's check in with Lynch and Taco and see which rockers are making the headlines for all the right and wrong reasons. 101.1 WJRR.
All right, rock news is brought to you by our Tuesday ticket takeover. You mentioned it was Motley Crue's Carnival of Sins, the return of the Carnival of Sins tour, right?
Yes, so if you're not following us on social media, please do. On Instagram, it's at 1011 WJRR. Multiple winners are picked on Tuesday Ticket Takeovers.
Speaking of Motley Crue, after they get done with this tour that they have laid out and the other dates for this year, it looks like they're going to be taking off at least a year, according to Nikki Sixx. I wouldn't be surprised if really that was it, to be honest with you. I mean, let's review quickly here. They, quote-unquote, retired, signed a contract stating they would never tour again.
I remember that whole gimmick.
And then, here we are several years later, and this is where things have gone. They're not exactly spring chickens either, and they're aware of that. So, chance to see them this year. Actually, probably a couple chances if you really are open to traveling a little bit, but there you go. Meanwhile, over in the Poison camp, they were talking about doing a 40th anniversary tour. Sounds like that got killed because of Bret Michaels. And what this just sounds like greed to me.
Really?
This coming from drummer Ricky Rocket. He says, we had a great offer, I thought, and we left the table. He went on to explain that Michaels wanted a massive chunk of the total revenue for himself before he agreed to do the tour. He says what it really came to was CC, Bobby, and I were all in, and we thought Bret was as well. But he wanted the lion's share of the money to the point where it makes it not possible to even do it. It's like $6 for him to every one of our dollars.
That's weak, man. Right after I was just getting ready to say how well he did at that, that tour that came through here.
He says you just can't work that way. He did say, however, and this is important, he did say the band still got along and held out hope that a future tour could be worked out. And then he said, he goes, it would be perfect Poison folly to end up doing a 41st anniversary tour, which that's pretty funny.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny. Green Day will participate in Super Bowl 60 festivities to get things underway February 8th at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. The NFL announced that the band will do a medley of songs starting at 6 o'clock Eastern time during an opening ceremony that will welcome past Super Bowl MVPs onto the field before the actual game starts. Billy Joe Armstrong said in a statement, "We are super hyped to open Super Bowl 60 right in our own backyard."
Yeah, that's part of America. I thought you were anti-American.
No comment. No comment.
Yeah.
Jack Osbourne has said that the claim by one Tom Morello as to more than $190 million being raised for charity in the wake of the Back to the Beginning concert back in July of last year is, quote, complete and utter BS, unquote. He used the full vernacular on the BS part. He said in reality, once all the numbers were crunched and everything was done, it was about 6 or 7 million pounds that was split evenly between Cure Parkinson's Birmingham Children's Hospital and Acorns Children's Hospital. Still nothing to sneeze at, 6 or 7 million. Nice to go to those charities as well.
Yeah, that's great.
Sharon Osbourne had distanced herself very early on after Morello's claims. She's like, I don't know where this stuff comes from. She goes, I really don't. There's going to be another Sphere built. Not as big as the one in Vegas, but it'll be nice. It's going to be coming to the Washington, D.C. metro area. Sphere Entertainment, the company behind the Las Vegas landmark, has cut a deal with the state of Maryland and Prince George's County to develop and build a second Sphere that will be located at National Harbor, which is a major tourism destination in the area. I've been down in that area. I can see that doing really well right there. The Sphere says the plan is to create what it's calling the first smaller scale design. It'll be about a 6,000-seat venue compared to the 18,000-plus seats at the one in Vegas.
You think these are going to continue to pop up?
It's not necessarily in sphere form. Could be, perhaps, But the technology, you're seeing this more and more, the all immersive type deal, which you hate.
Oh, God. I'd be so sick. People showed me videos of when they went to the Sphere, and I was just oh, God, no. Motion sickness, the height.
Eddie Vedder's documentary, Matter of Time, will be debuting on Netflix on February 9th, if you want to check that out. And one note here for old school first wave alternative fans, Kenny Morris, the original drummer for British goth punk band Susie and the Banshees, has died. He was 68 years old.
Ah, that sucks. I just heard Susie and the Banshees the other day.
That's your rock news for today.
WJRR, Orlando's rock station.